Alright, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Master Reviewer back again with another review, and today we are doing a review for Mickey 17. This is the newest film that I watched. I watched it on Max, and before we begin the review, I actually want to give a celebration. I don't know how to. I want to point out that this is actually the 100th video that I'm releasing. So yeah, we have already made it to 100 videos. I think it's been a bit more than 2 months, so I was kind of hoping that I would get to 100 within 2 months. But you know, this is a good. I think we're going at a good releasing pace. So already at 100 videos. So I think probably when we get to like 1,000 videos, then I'll do something special for it. But at 100, I thought maybe I would debut like the Mass Ranter, but then now it's not a good time specifically for me to be doing a ranting video. So because I am a bit pressured on time, so I don't. If I do a ranting video, it might go on for a while. So. Yeah, so this is a review that we are doing for Mickey 17, so let us just get started with the characters. So, actually not the characters, sorry, I have to keep reminding myself that it's better to start off with the plot than the characters, makes things easier. So the plot is basically that you have like humanity, you have this, here you have this guy named Kenneth Marshall, and he has taken a bunch of people with him to this place called Niflheim. Niflheim, kind of hard name to pronounce, but it takes a bunch of people to Niflheim, which is this planet that they are basically trying to colonize. There is a race of aliens there that they call creepers, and they are trying to basically take over the planet, basically. And then you have this guy named Mickey Barnes, who he ends up getting into some debt troubles because of his friend Timo, who is played by Mickey is played by Robert Pattinson, and you have Timo played by Steven Yeun. So very good casting decisions, and I thought that both actors did a great job. I will get to the characters in a bit though. So yeah, Mickey, and he is an expendable because that is a job that does not require any prior certifications or skills or anything, so it becomes expendable, where he basically his job is to perform all the, like, they get to the planet, they have to test to see if like there's a virus or anything, and so they send out Mickey, and so he's basically the one that like they do all the tests and stuff, and the one that if there's something dangerous that needs to be done, he's the one to do it. And they have special technology where they are able to bring him back by like printing him. Basically they're able to bring him back to life when he dies. And so because of that, the movie is basically on his latest mission, he ends up falling down a trench, and he encounters the aliens, the creepers, but then they turns out they don't actually eat him, so he ends up getting that Mickey 17 was the one that he went down the trench, and so he didn't end up dying, but the rest of everyone back on the ship, they thought that he died, so they ended up printing already Mickey 18. So now you're in a situation where you have two Mickeys, Mickey 17 and 18, and this wouldn't be a problem. However, in the past, there was one of the creators of the technology turned out to be a psychopath and a murderer, so he ended up copying himself 2 times, so there was 3 of him in total, and then that led to basically anytime that there's 2 clones basically at once, they're called multiples, and there is, because of like the murders that took place, it basically set a very bad precedent. So now if there are multiples, you have to just instantly, you have to kill them both. You can't let either of them stay. So yeah, so this is a situation for Mickey because now there's 2 of him. So along the way you have he's with Nasha, who is a soldier, I think, something like that. Someone else that's there that he basically gets really close with. He ends up he starts dating her, and she's helping him. She's like the one that basically helps him get through like all the crap that he has to go through. So basically you have these 2 Mickeys, and then they're trying to. They end up getting caught by by Kenneth Marshall when Mickey 18 he tries to assassinate him by shooting him with a pistol, and then they end up getting caught, and so now they end up, instead of just killing them on the spot, I think the Kenneth's wife Yifa, she basically says, hey, why not instead like send them out, do some sort of symbolic gesture where it's like you send them out to the aliens and like have them cut off their tails, and then whichever one brings 100 tails first like wins, and then they don't die, but then the other one does die, and so they basically get sent out. They end up but then they get a translator right before they end up leaving, so they're able to communicate with the head of the creepers, and then so they communicate with them, and they basically like explain like the creepers basically say like you killed one of ours, so it's like you owe us like 1 death of a human, and also you have to bring back the other alien that you took from us. So because early in the film, it's like there were 2 aliens that they brought like this giant rock from the planet, and there were like 2 aliens inside of it. So anyway, so that ends up happening. So Kenneth Marshall, he ends up deciding that he is going to go out and kill the aliens because he thinks it would be better for like his image or something, and so he ends up going out to try to kill the mother alien, and then Mickey 18 ends up he ends up blowing himself up with Kenneth, and so yeah, Mickey 18 is no longer there. Kenneth is also there. Early in the film, there was also not early in the film. After that, the day is saved basically, and so Kenneth is no longer he's dead, so no longer in power. And so Nasha, she ends up taking the role of leader of the colony or whatever it was. But and then they end up blowing up the human printer thing, the thing that lets them come back to life. And so because of that, everything is good now, and yeah, and then the movie ends and stuff. And Mickey, he does kind of like grapple with like the fact that he was like wondering like should he have brought back like 18 and the previous Mickeys to like let them have a chance at life, but he decides not to because that would cause like there would be implications to that like wouldn't be good or something like that. So anyway, so in terms of the plot, I would say that it was I would give it like a 6 out of 10. I thought it was above average. I don't think that it was, I feel like maybe it could have been utilized a bit better with like the whole dying thing and coming back to life. I thought that maybe we would see actually like some more stuff involved with his death. So like, I thought they would utilize that ability more, like to come back to life. I thought that they would do some more stuff with that, but they did not. And it does feel like the story could have been like a bit more, I feel like maybe it could have flown better, the story, because it does feel like sometimes it feels like going from scene to scene. Sometimes it doesn't feel the smoothest sometimes. So I don't know. I felt like the plot it's above average. It's still an interesting plot, and I was interested to see what would happen. And it is 2 hours and like 10 minutes, something like that. It doesn't feel too long. Like usually when a movie goes above 2 hours, it's like I do end up getting like a bit tired. I always think like, okay, we should wrap this up. But this one, I was actually interested to see what was going to happen. So and the stuff with the aliens, the creepers and stuff, it was interesting, and I was intrigued to see what was going to happen. So the plot, just 6 out of 10, I would say it was above average. In terms of the characters, you have Mark Ruffalo playing Kenneth Marshall, and I do wish he kind of was like a bit more, he plays this like a politician that has like a large following and stuff, that's like a very, like a cult following. He's like very divisive, and it's pretty, there are parallels to like real life people, but I'm not going to get into that because I try not to get too political with these videos, because that's not what this is for. We're discussing the film, we're not discussing real life events. So yeah, so he does have like this cult following and stuff, and like there are people that and so basically he's like this very eccentric kind of but very like he's like not a good person and stuff. So he does like some pretty bad things, and so I do kind of wish they leaned more into like that aspect of like him being like evil kind of. I kind of wish that they would have gone more into it. Like maybe for some reason the first thing that comes into mind was like how Taika Waititi was in Free Guy, like that kind of thing. Like just, you know, like really just have him like crank up the craziness. I kind of wish that they would do that a bit more, but you know, Mark Ruffalo, he still did a good performance. I think all the actors in this were good. I don't think anyone had a bad performance. You have Mickey Barnes played by Robert Pattinson, and I really think he was a star. He did a great job of like playing these two characters, which is Mickey 17 and Mickey 18, which they basically have like opposite personalities, which it's kind of weird that they didn't explain that, like why they have different personalities slightly, but they do have different personalities, with Mickey 17 being like kind of more meek and like I think in the film they Nasha, she referred to him as like mild, and then Mickey 18 was like spicy or something like that. So Mickey 18, he is more like aggressive and stuff, and he thinks that Mickey 17 is a bitch. So besides that, you have Yifa, who she actually seemed like, I kind of wish that Marshall's character was more like Yifa, because she actually seemed like kind of more evil kind of and kind of crazier, and I kind of wish that they gave Marshall a bit more of that craziness, because I thought that could have been more interesting to see. You have Kai, who I don't really, it's kind of confusing. I think she was, there was a character that at the start of when Mickey becomes an expendable, there was a character that she was like the final, she like introduced him into like what the job is basically, and I think that might have been Kai, but I'm not sure, because she might also be because Kai is a soldier that Mickey ended up going on an expedition with, and then one of her friends ended up dying and stuff. So yeah, I don't know if they're the same character or not. Like there was this woman, she was like explaining like what the job is to Mickey at the start, and then at the end she's like, okay, here, take this pistol, you have to shoot yourself in the head. This is the final job of like this is the final stage of like becoming an expendable. And then I don't know if that's the same character as Kai here, who was the one that was that basically she ended up she was with Mickey on this expedition and stuff, and then later like she and Mickey both get invited to a dinner, and then like the scientists use the dinner as an opportunity to test out some sort of like growth hormone on Mickey, and then she sees like how badly the Marshall was treating them, and so she ends up like kind of feeling sympathy for Mickey, and then that develops into like a crush for him and stuff. So I don't know if they're the same character. Either way, they were both good characters. If they are separate characters, if they're the same character, then that one character, Kai, is a good character. So other than that, you have, who else do you have? You have Timo, who is played by Steven Yeun, who is the voice actor of Mark Grayson from Invincible. He's good. I liked him. He was there was some really good cinematography shots with him. Like there was the one where Nasha, she was like, even if he succeeds in like killing Mickey, then he won't be safe because she'll come after him. And then it's like showed a shot of him where he looked back, and it was like really good cinematography in that shot. So, but he was good. I liked him, and he was like a character that he said he was a friend of. He's like a really bad friend for Mickey. It's like he causes Mickey to get into all the situations that he ended up getting into in the movie. And at the end of the film, he does end up getting like, he convinced Mickey to like get a loan from a loan shark for like some business idea involving like macaroons or something like that. And then they can't pay off that's like the reason that they ended up going to space, because they couldn't pay off the loan, and the loan shark was able to get them from anywhere on Earth. So they were like, okay, screw it, we have to leave the planet, otherwise we're gonna get killed. So yeah, I thought his character was good. So he was like very manipulating, kind of. It's like saying like, oh, I have no choice. Like, Mickey, you have to let me kill you, otherwise this guy's gonna kill me. So I thought that he was a good character. I liked him, and yeah. Other than that, let's see, Nasha. You have Nasha. She was also a good character. She was the one that like basically comforted Mickey and stuff. That not comforted, like Mickey, like he becomes expendable. It's like he's like very upset about the situation he's in, but Nasha is there, and she becomes this person that he could that he could lean on, basically. Like she cares for him, and so yeah, they have a relationship, and I thought the relationship was good. I also think props to Robert Pattinson's like the scene that like all the scenes where the actors get upset, I thought were really good. Like also Nasha, she has a scene where, played by Naomi Aki, she has a scene where it's like she shouts at like Marshall and stuff, and I thought that was a great scene. And also like Mickey, when Mickey 18 is shouting at Mickey 17, I thought that was also a very good scene. So all the rage scenes were played out well. Other than that, you do have the creeper aliens, which I don't know if they're voiced by someone, but you know, they were good. I thought that their role in like them being these aliens that like the humans think that they're a threat, but they're not actually a threat, and then they're basically like, hey, listen, you started this, like here are our demands, like we're not gonna start war with you, but like come on, you gotta bring us back, like our child, and then you have to also like give up a life to make it fair. So I like that. It was like a eye for an eye kind of thing. So other than that, I don't think that there is anyone else really that I remember. There was a few like workers here and there, but none of them that I really remember too much. Like some scientists here and there that were fine, I guess, so nothing to mention about them. So in terms of the characters, I will give the characters I'll go 7 out of 10. I thought they were pretty good. I thought that probably Robert Pattinson as Mickey was probably the star of the movie, and yeah. In terms of the setting / sci-fi, I like the sci-fi aspects. I thought that the printing stuff was cool, like being able to bring someone back to life. I thought that was cool. However, the setting itself, like on Niflheim, I didn't really care for it too much. It was a kind of I don't know, it was like a ice planet. It was fine. It was like the still was cool, I guess, but the actual like area that the movie takes place in, which was like a spaceship or something, it was very plain, very bland. I thought it fit like the theme of the movie, like not the theme of the movie, but like clearly the director he was going for like a specific style for this movie, and the setting did fit like the style that he was going for. So yeah, in terms of the setting though, I'll just give it like a 5 out of 10. I wouldn't call it bad, but I wouldn't call it good either, so I'll just give it a 5 out of 10. So not good or bad. In terms of the comedy, this is listed as a comedy, but to be honest, there was no jokes or anything that really made me laugh. So I don't really, there was nothing that I found funny really, and so I'd give the comedy I don't know, should I give it like, I'm thinking between a 4.5 to a 5. Like it was between not good and just not good or bad. And I don't know if I should, I guess there were no jokes that were like terrible that I found like, oh, that was a trash joke or anything. So I'll give it a 5, I guess. I'll be generous and just give it a 5. In terms of the drama was basically like Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 both being alive at the same time. And so like all the stuff that came from that, and also the war between the humans and the possible war between the humans and the creepers. So I'll say the drama was I'd say 6.5. I'll say I thought the drama was good. I thought that it was intriguing, and once again, I was interested in seeing what was going to happen and how it was going to play out. So 6.5, I'll give it. In terms of the worst thing, I'll say the worst thing, I don't know if there's necessarily a worst thing. Like there was nothing really terrible, I'd say. So I'll just reuse the worst score, which was the setting / sci-fi and the comedy, which both got a 5 out of 10. So I'll just reuse that. So 5 out of 10 for those. In terms of the best thing, I will give it to probably just I'll say Robert Pattinson's performance. I liked it probably the best. Also, kind of Nasha's performance. Like the actors were good. I thought the actors were very good. And I will say that Mickey Barnes' character also just I'll give like I'll say a 7.5. I'll say it was very good. I liked it. So yeah. He also did like different accents for each Mickey. Like there was Mickey 17 and then Mickey 18, and they each had like a different accent, which I think was very good. So 7.5 for Robert Pattinson's performance. Extra notes that I have. There were ethical discussions about like what you do with like two different clones and stuff, and I thought like they were like, what do you do like if one commits a crime? Like do you punish both of them? Do they get like 1 meal in prison? Do they get 2 meals? I thought like why not just treat this like identical twins, because that's basically like they're two people, they share the same DNA, so. Like I feel like just go with what you do with identical twins. Like don't punish both of them if one does something wrong. So I said that there was some good cinematography that I liked. I did like the outfit towards the end, like where they're wearing the bomb vest and they're going out into the cold, like in the third act of the film. Basically, I did like the outfit of the snow gear. It did look cool, I'd say. I did like Mickey 18's final scene where he's like, yeah, I'm afraid. Like he like the entire film, he's kind of like, oh, don't be a bitch and stuff. Don't be like he's like berating Mickey 17 for how he acts, but then at the end in his final moments, it's like he's confronted with death, and he's like, yeah, I'm afraid. And I thought that was a great scene for him. So yeah, that is all the notes I have. So I'm going to do the calculations. So King Crimson. All right, so it comes out to a 6 out of 10, which would be above average, and I think that I would probably I'm thinking between like a 5.5 to a 6, and I'll be generous and give it a 6. I'll say it was above average, I'd say, and so it's mainly a 5.5 to a 6, but I'm the recency bias. I'm going to give it a 6. Just I'm going to call it above average. So yeah, so that is pretty much all there is to it. If you have any recommendations, any movies, shows, anime, video game stories, web series, anything that you want me to review, leave it in the comments and I will maybe possibly check it out. But with that said, that is pretty much all there is to it. So let's leave it at that.